So Tim, thank you for joining me. Great news. CluedIn has been included in the brand new Augmented Data Quality Solutions Magic Quadrant from Gartner. So quite a milestone, our first Magic Quadrant. What does this mean for CluedIn and for its customers?
Yeah, well, first, obviously, we're pretty humbled here at the CluedIn team. I mean, most people know CluedIn for solving the kind of master data management use cases, but I think this also speaks to kind of the breadth and the flexibility of CluedIn. We've always considered ourselves a little bit different in the master data management space, and I think this augmented data quality solutions has kind of helped put a little bit more of a spotlight to the way that CluedIn thinks about solving kind of data quality issues in general. We see a huge alignment between master data management and data quality. Now, for our customers and partners, I mean, I think obviously this also it adds breadth to the number of use cases this can be applied to. That augmented piece at the start of that quadrant, really this is referring to the bringing together of the data steward, the human behind the seat that's solving and finding these data quality issues, and how we bridge that with technology, in this case specifically the use of artificial intelligence, machine learning, but also some of the graph components of CluedIn as well, and how we kind of complement what is traditionally quite a kind of a tricky challenge to solve, detecting a data quality issue, knowing how to fix it, hopefully doing it in a way that you don't have to always come back and fix the same challenges again. And so I think for our customers and partners, it opens up more use cases for where they can apply CluedIn within their business. And so for that, I mean, we're excited, but we're also immensely excited for our customers and partners.
Sure. Great. Thank you. I mean, you've mentioned some of the specific strengths of CluedIn that have contributed to this recognition. What aspects of our offering do you think in particular set us apart from the competition?
I think our background in master data management really helped us. If we looked at kind of the critical capabilities of this quadrant, it had many elements you would usually equate with a master data management system. Finding duplicate records, building a single view, the whole workflow process behind and governance behind, detecting a data quality issue and then putting it through the process of who's responsible for fixing it. That audit trail of building up who approved it, what change did that made, so we can pass that on to downstream consumers. I think that really separated us from the pack, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've been putting this kind of niche focus area. Another one is that CluedIn has this immense focus on being used for the business, right? For the business, implemented by the business. We think that in the technology stack, there are a ton of tools for engineers and IT, and they are still a very critical part of the overall stack. I think what separated us and also made us in the niche part of the quadrant is the fact that out of all of the kind of different vendors on that list, that we're really hyper-focused on being used by non-technical people in the end. And the way we've brought that to reality, I guess, is through our integration into Azure OpenAI and the new large language models. And I think this has helped kind of put superpowers into the hands of what traditionally would not be able to be done by non-technical users. More often than not, if we're trying to fix data quality issues, you kind of needed to have some type of programming language or know how to write SQL. It might be Python, some type of scripting. Our kind of tight integration with Azure OpenAI has kind of brought that ability to give them the kind of powers that only would be handed off to IT and engineering in the past. And I think that's what has also separated us on the quadrant as well.
Sure, absolutely. And I think the generative AI piece has definitely brought us a lot of attention, but also shone a spotlight on a lot of, as you say, kind of practical use cases and kind of real life scenarios where that can be deployed. So looking ahead, CluedIn is always looking to innovate and push the boundaries.
Mm.
So how do we build on this kind of niche player position? What does the future hold? What is next for CluedIn and its customers?
Well, no surprise. I mean, generative AI has and will continue to push this industry in some pretty amazing directions. So from our side, we have a huge investment in bringing pretty much AI into every single part of the supply chain of data quality. And to be honest, it kind of sounds like, are we applying AI just for AI's sake? Our team internally kind of thoroughly looked through and asked ourselves the question, could AI, what parts of this supply chain of data could AI play a significant positive role in? And kind of pretty much across the board, we came back with this can help literally everything. And so you'll see it show up more and more in the ability to find duplicate records. You'll find it more and more in mapping data between different systems and the semantics that change between different systems. You'll see it more and more used for things like anomaly detection and more in the kind of ways that the traditional techniques we had before couldn't solve. A classic example I always look at is, just something as simple as being able to detect when someone's accidentally entered, a wrong country or a wrong city. Traditional techniques like, does the value only contain alphabetical characters? You can probably imagine, well, that's not enough. People could still put any single value in there. Using the large language models to do that type of anomaly detection, like it looks like a country, it matches all the kind of check marks of a country, but that's not a country or that's not a city. This type of anomaly detection was just not really available before, and you'll see it just filling the gaps in traditional data quality solutions and where it kind of met its deterministic limits. So you'll see a ton of implementation and innovation there. I think the other piece is kind of helping complete the overall story of data governance. Data quality is one of the pillars that sits under data governance. Master data management is another, data cataloging is another, business process management or workflow would be another. And so I see these kind of pillars all converging towards an umbrella data governance solution that really gives you that end-to-end capability of knowing what data you have, what's happening to it as it moves across the business, what's that level of data quality, because at the end of the day, what we want to be able to produce is that anyone in our business can easily discover, pick up, and start to generate insights with data. And this has, traditionally been business intelligence, maybe operational use cases. But now the big thing that's on the tip of everyone's tongue is building their own custom GPT. And I don't know what what you've been hearing, Natasha, but from the discussions that I'm having, I think everyone is privy to, if we're feeding bad data into those models, we will get a bad result. So data quality becomes an even more pertinent and important thing for companies today. And we are, I would say, pretty humble, but pretty excited to be part of those platforms that are kind of paving the way in this augmented data quality solutions quadrant.
For sure. Exciting times ahead. Thank you very much, Tim. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon.
Thanks, Natasha.